After the end of Messi vs Ronaldo, the football world was desperate for a new rivalry. For nearly 2 decades, these legends defined trophies, records, and changed the sport's history. So when their time finally ended, fans everywhere asked the same question: who's next?
They're setting standards, we're taking them for granted, we're expecting goals in big games to change games, they do it week in, week out, they're out on their own.
2 names rose far above everyone else: Kylian Mbappe and Erling Haaland. One, the lightning-fast World Cup winner who scored a hat-trick in the final, a player built for the biggest stages, destined for greatness. The other, a goal machine breaking every record in his sight, scoring for fun. The kind of player that made managers adjust and defenders afraid. For years, fans thought this rivalry would define footballing history. Mbappe versus Haaland, the next Messi and Ronaldo.
Since the start of last season in the Champions League, the combined goals of Messi and Ronaldo are 15. The combined goals of Haaland and Mbappe, 28.
But as the seasons go on, the debate becomes less and less of what we dreamed it would be. Not because one player had dominated the other, but because maybe neither of them can get to the level we thought they could reach. The 2 players weren't wonder kids. They worked hard in silence to become great. After Mbappe bagged international glory at 18 and took Monaco to a domestic double and a fairy tale run in the Champions League, the journey was clear. Mbappe wanted to fulfill the dream for any French kid and join PSG.
The Paris Saint-Germain have tonight confirmed the signing of Kylian Mbappe from Monaco. It was, as we reported last week, a season-long loan with what they're calling an option to buy. We think that's an obligation to buy until 2022. This will not go away now because, believe me, UEFA will have big issues with this deal. Paris Saint-Germain will feel that they have done all that they can to try and get round financial fair play issues.
French dominance was not expected, but he had to bring PSG the one trophy they built their empire for, the Champions League. Haaland's path was very different. He never cared about the fame, only the goals. He shook Austria, made Germany look easy, and broke every record possible.
What he's doing, what an impact he's had, as you say, Steve. Many people have spoken about him already. It's almost that he's got no flaws, and defenders up and down the country at the moment will be petrified. They'll be looking at the fixture list thinking, when do we have to play Manchester City? When are we going to have to face Erling Haaland? Because he is that good.
He joined Manchester City in his first season and made the Premier League look like a farmers' league. He shattered the season's all-time scoring record with 36 goals in just 35 league games, and won the treble, making the hardest thing in football look easy in the process, all in the span of 3 years. Two paths, 2 players. Everything was in place for this to be the rivalry of a generation. All the tools were there. A superstar in Paris and a goal robot in Manchester. But unlike Ronaldo and Messi, something was missing. Haaland won everything he could at club level, controversially lost the Ballon d'Or, and gave Manchester City fans nights that they'll never forget, all in just 1 season. Mbappe gave his country success, but failed consistently at club level to deliver the Champions League. PSG spent over $1 billion chasing glory, only to collapse every year on the biggest stage. He was knocking on the door for years. He dominated internationally, but at club level, he had somewhat underachieved. While Haaland dipped in form, Mbappe failed to catch up, with embarrassing exits in the UCL 2020, a terrible final performance, and in the 2021, a semi-final. As the years passed, the losses came even quicker in just as embarrassing fashion. Haaland's numbers dipped. His scoring streaks turned to droughts. City couldn't win games, and suddenly he started to look human. Meanwhile, after years of failure, Mbappe made his dream move to Real Madrid.
And it has been announced tonight that Kylian Mbappe has joined the 15-time.
The stage was set, because while Haaland stayed at City, Mbappe was stepping into a team with even higher stakes.
If Mbappe lands Madrid, Barcelona doesn't have to get ready. The world has to get ready.
He started slow and then grew into the team in his first season. 3 starts, 90 minutes, no goals. Even when he got back to his scoring ways, Madrid wasn't the same. The team that were defending a Champions League title started to lose games and got exposed by Europe's elite. Barcelona beat them 4 times, the first time this has happened in history. Mbappe went trophyless and couldn't help beyond his goals. No goals in the round of 16 and quarterfinals, a lack of work rate and defensive contribution.
He still didn't score a goal this season, but look at where he started. He's going to pass his 9 to make a running behind. What are we talking about here? You can't win games like that.
Haaland also struggled to find his form with Manchester City, with extended goal droughts and progressively decreasing numbers. Man City went on long losing streaks and walked away trophyless in the same season. The Blues lost 14 games in the season, an all-time low. They went from winning every game to celebrating winning just one. Fast forward, the 25-26 season, Mbappe and Haaland are finding their form, but they need a lot more success to be considered all-time greats. Real Madrid seems to still be struggling while Manchester City is finding form again. Ronaldo and Messi fans would consider their best seasons an average season. Only one of the two players can become an all-time great, but the rivalry that fans look to seemed to be ending. The dream that Haaland and Mbappe would take the torch was slipping. But this rivalry was never as good as we all dreamed. Maybe Messi vs Ronaldo was one of a kind. 2 players competing to improve each other, scoring an unbelievable amount of goals, which may never ever be repeated. Players who are too great to be replicated, complete and unstoppable for 20 years. They left their stamp on award ceremonies, changed football rules, and have left a legacy on the beautiful game that will never be repeated.